yeah, it's gone. How's it going, everybody? My name's Jimmy Brooks. If this is your first time stumbling upon this channel, what a video to stumble upon. This channel is all about fitness and cars, and now it's about one less car because I was getting ready for work this morning, and I mean, everything seemed normal, just a normal Wednesday, and when I was done getting ready and I was ready to start my workday, had my first run, my car's not there. So I have a lot of things to say about my Camaro in this video, but one of them is that it wasn't stolen. It was my Honda. So you guys can all let out a deep breath. The Camaro was not stolen. It was my 1990 Honda Accord. Makes more sense, right? My Camaro's kept in the garage, nice, safe, and sound, and you know, it'd be tough to start that anyway for a lot of people. Whereas the Honda, there is plenty of how-to videos on the internet of how to start a car when you lose your key, and one of the easiest cars to start is that generation of Honda Civic and Honda Accord. So yeah, I mean, it was locked, not that hard to open a door when it's locked, and it was my mistake, you know. I still stand by my stance of $1,000 cars are a good thing to have because, you know, they stole it, I'm out $1,000. It's not, you know, people have deductibles more than $1,000, so you know, it's not the end of the world. We'll talk about what car I'm getting next, and, you know, plans for the Camaro and stuff at the end of this video. So getting back to what happened, long story short, I wake up in the morning, get ready, walk outside to go get in my Honda, and there's no Honda to get into. So I call the police. One guy comes over, really nice officer, I forgot his name, but he comes in, asks me all the details, file a police report, and at least it's a very distinguishable Honda. It doesn't blend into the crowd very well. I have a matte black hood. If you guys haven't seen that, I spray painted the hood black, and it's for a bunch of reasons. That's a different video. But and then it has my Honda sticker, pun intended. It has stripped back seats that I did a long time ago. So I mean, you know, this isn't that hard to find. The thing I'm most pissed off about is I left my gym bag in there, and those Nike Romaleos I squat in, those originally were $140. Those are Olympic weightlifting shoes, and yeah, I really would like those back. And that's really all I know about the situation so far. Best case scenario is they leave, you know, the engine and transmission intact, and then I just get wheels and tires and, you know, just move on and take this as a learning lesson. I mean, either way, even if I don't get it back, this is a gigantic learning lesson. It's not, you know, I'm not bummed. I'm slightly bummed, but I'm not like depressed that they took the car and stuff. Like everything, you know, after like, I'd say 2 years ago, I really started taking every last thing in life as a learning lesson, and this is one of them. As soon as that happened, I immediately thought, like, well, you know, I've learned even more about cars even since getting the Honda. I know how to get really good cars for like $1,000 to $2,000. I know exactly what I'm looking for this next time, and I know how to not get it stolen. So that'll never happen again. So I have an announcement about the Camaro, and I also have a question for you guys, and I'll start with what cars I plan on replacing the Honda with, or, you know, what are the candidates that I would replace that Honda with if it doesn't show up anywhere and I have to get a new car for the job. Two cars that came to my head immediately was a Mustang GT, like a 2001 to 2002, the New Edge generation. But to get one of those with like sub 250,000 miles, then you're talking over $3,000. And it's just a little work vehicle, so I'm trying to keep this under 1,500 bucks. The other vehicle that came to mind was a first generation Mazda Miata, and that totally was $1,000 to $2,000 like 3 years ago when I was looking for one. And I think even more word has got out, and the car internet culture has grew even more to where they're more desirable now. And it's really hard to find one under $3,000. I saw one in a different state. I think it was like New Jersey for 1,900 bucks, but I'm not about to drive across the country for a $1,900 Miata. So plan B for replacing the Honda is looking at V6 sedans that nobody wants anymore because everybody is obsessed with gas mileage. Even though they're extremely reliable, have more power, probably have more luxury features because, you know, you get in a V6, it's probably an upper trim. People don't want them anymore just because, you know, they shy away from that number 24, that, you know, it gets 24 miles per gallon. My Honda was a 4-cylinder and it was only getting like 25, maybe 26. So, I mean, I'm down to go to a V6 that probably has less miles on it and, you know, just someone took decent care of. And of course, if you guys have suggestions for cars under $1,500, definitely feel free to leave them down below. And now moving on to the Camaro announcement. For all of my subscribers who follow this channel purely to see what I do with the Camaro, I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I encourage you guys to stick around because most likely I will keep that Camaro for the rest of my life, and it will get a big turbo eventually, it will get E85, and it'll be a fast fun little 4-cylinder, you know, experiment of a car. But at this point in my life, I definitely have to give it a shot and just know that I tried to get myself in a better situation by selling the Camaro. If that did happen, that is actually very good for the channel because that gives me an extra $700 every month to do cool stuff with the channel. So if there's anyone watching who doesn't know the backstory on the Camaro, I'll try to go through all of its modifications and what happened, you know, as quickly as possible. So modifications, you know, biggest one being, of course, we rebuilt the engine with forged rods and pistons. They are JE rods and pistons so now that the motor is built, the engine is rated for 800 horsepower, and it's only running 350 horsepower. So it's ready for a big turbo, it's ready for E85, it could safely, easily withstand 500 wheel horsepower. As the car currently sits, it has a straight pipe exhaust with a muffler delete, ZZP catless downpipe with our own heat wrap on it. We made our own blow-off valve for the car, and we have a turbo blanket on there. We made it ourselves. It is currently the highest quality turbo blanket ever created for that 4-cylinder Camaro. And a couple bonus items that would come with the Camaro. Big giant thank you and shout out to Leo Casuso for sending me this awesome ZL1 add-ons wicker bill. He sent me it a long time ago. I'm sorry, man, I never installed it or did an install guide on it. It hasn't been on the car because I've been thinking about selling the Camaro for a really long time. I didn't know if someone would want it on the car or off the car. And then, of course, I have the ProClip USA phone mount already in the car. I have the blackout package vinyl wrap on the reverse lights, the side markers, and the third brake light. And as far as the packages the car actually came with, it is the 2LT RS model, so it has every last little luxury feature you could think of that would be on a Camaro 2SS. It has everything besides the performance data recorder and 2 drive modes. Everything else, like from the lighting to the Bose, like, I mean, every last thing you could think of, it's on there. Oh, and the heads-up display, that's a big one. So if anyone is interested in taking on this project that I started, the link will be in the description below. It's currently on Autotempest.com and Cars.com. I'm selling the car for $27,000. Its horsepower is right in between a V6 Camaro and a Camaro SS. It's a fully loaded Camaro. My tires are $1,500 themselves. They are brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. Alright, the last quick thing I want to mention that will help the channel immensely, it's very unrelated to cars, but I am selling extremely rare baseball cards right now. I have a collection, and I have a few cards that go upwards of $20,000 for perfect condition. Mine aren't super perfect. Now, they're not foil condition, but they are near mint, so if you, for some reason, are a baseball card collector watching this, I have a lot for sale right now, including a Nolan Ryan rookie card. And if you guys have any tips for selling those, or where to sell them, where to post it, any tips at all, if you know anything about baseball cards, let me know in the comments down below as well. And thanks for sticking with me through this whole video. It's been a rough day. I'm a little bit sick. I almost made it the whole year without getting sick, like no cold or anything. I feel pretty fine, but I do have a sore throat. So, you know, I got in front of the camera anyway, and I'm making this video for you guys because I don't know. I like talking to you guys. You guys are cool. Thanks for commenting. You know what? Shout out to Mike J, Autos and Stuff, because he comments on every video of mine, and he has been, like, the biggest supporter of this channel. So thank you to Mike J. Check his channel out. He has a Camaro 2SS, I believe, and a Mustang GT, and he's a good guy. He's a genuine good guy. So check his channel out, and with that, I will talk to all of you guys next video, probably tomorrow. See ya.
Working within the $26,000 number seems like a lot of car, buddy. Seems like you got a ton of car here. This is loaded, right? It's got all the options, basically.
Everything but a sunroof.
I mean, I got cooled seats going on. So things I love about the 2016 Camaro. Chassis, excellent. Dynamically, it doesn't really matter what trim you get the new Camaro in. It is actually quite good. Have you done well for $26,000? Hell yeah, you have.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.